Hi, this is Arut Siva from Medi Therapie. Clients ask me, what is the philosophy behind Medi Therapie and its method of healing? For that, I need to take you back to from 8 years of my life. In 2019, I'm 48, but what I started to learn is when I was 8 years old. When I was 8 years old, I was given a money plant. So I thought, how to make the plant grow faster? So I thought, sand being the most easiest, porous, I thought maybe I put the plant on a sand, it will help to grow faster. So I put the plant on a sand and I was watering it for a week, but hardly nothing happened. Then something triggered me. I said, it looks like I am on the wrong path. Why don't I take this plant back to its natural environment and grow it on an actual soil where it is clean, it got all the natural nutrients and it is water and it is quite clean place. So when I moved the money plant from the sand onto the soil where its natural environment is, just next day I saw new roots. That was my first trigger to know that if we need to follow nature's principle, the environment have to be right. But whereas now along the way, I realized a lot of things is not done properly because we rush to treat the symptoms but not the disease. So fast forward 20 years later, in 1997 when I used to work in the oldest and the largest hospital in Singapore, the same memories came back when I was 8 years old. So there every day I come across people with pain, suffering, disease, illness. And what the hospitals were doing is basically treating symptom after symptom but not addressing the root cause. So at the same time, I used to go to Malaysia every weekend where my friends used to run a naturopathic treatment. There I saw people totally coming out of the drugs. They are totally different, they lose lots of weight, they look much more radiant. So again it triggered. So it means something is not right in our current way of addressing a disease. We are purely symptomatic but not really we are looking at the root cause of diseases. Actually, I made another video called Root Cause of Diseases. You watch that first and you will understand because I've explained a lot of stuff what is causing health issues in us. So I realized, okay, if I wanted to enable natural healing, what I should do. I didn't go and study first. I didn't pick up any of the books to study, but I went and observed the people who lived long, what they did right, so that they had a very long and a healthy life without any medication. It means I'm referring to people who lived 90, 100 and above and how they are living. That actually gave me a lot of real practical experiences. What we learn in theory, actually we can't really apply a lot of things practically. You go and ask anybody what they learned last year, most people don't even remember. But what they did hands-on, it stays on for life. So after I learned how these people maintain health, it means it includes people from Japan, from China, Burma village, in Greece and what we call blue zones and people even in many countries where how an individual lived up to 100 and above. So I took note of all the points which includes a lot of factors. Then I came to reality. It means I am living in a city like Singapore where everything here is artificial. It means nothing is grown here. Every food is imported. Even water is we have to recycle the pea shit and the poop water and we call it as a new water and give it to people. So I wanted to bring the longevity factor into Singapore because that's the right way to do. I can't take everybody from Singapore and make them move to all the blue zones. Then what I did was I traveled again all over the world and looked for machines which mimic our own energy field. It's like this, our body got 170 to 100 trillion cells. Each cell is a living thing. So when we take care of the body, it means the fundamental thing we need to look is at the cell. Because group of cells, cell being the fundamental, a group of cell form tissues, a group of tissues form organs, a group of organs form organ system and the group of organ system forms organism. So I realized the best way to work on a person is to look at the cell level. So I travel around the world and look for machines which actually helps to restart or regenerate our cells. Imagine because our body got 70 to 100 trillion cells, each cell is a living thing. It's like a car battery. What happens when a car battery is down? We use a jump start kit to re-energize the battery. The same way our cells, each one of it got energy. So I look for machines which restart our own innate healing mechanisms. By then I realized a lot of people with many disease labels. In my view, we have one body but 30,000 disease labels and disorders. In the current Western medicine treatment is, for every symptom they want to give a drug. It means there is a pill for every ill. In my system of healing, no. We do not treat a body, but we restore vitality in a person. What does that mean? Say a computer hard disk crash. What do? You use a backup copy and restore it. The same way, I use a lot of technologies sourced from many countries in this world to work on the person at the same time. So with that, I see a lot of tremendous results. The first thing is actually zero side effects. Totally zero. Because why? Even a kid can use. My son from 3 months old actually used all the system and zero side effects. Second, the person actually gets better. In fact, what they have been taking, the response is even faster. It accelerates. Because we totally forget that when we are sick, our cells are not in the right state. But what we do is we try to fight the disease and the disorder with drugs, which causes more side effects. Whereas in my method, I do not treat a person, I restore health and vitality back into a person. So my system of healing, which is my creation or my discovery, I call it as biological cell regeneration and rejuvenation metabolic therapy. So what does that mean? Cell is the basic thing in our body. Then I regenerate and rejuvenate a cell. And what is the basic things happens in the body is a metabolism. Because if it stops, we all are dead. So it works at the cell metabolism. So again, as I said earlier, when cell metabolism is good, tissue metabolism will be good. When tissues is good, organs will be good. If organs are good, all the 11 systems, which mean skeletal system, muscular system, endocrine system, we got 11 systems in our body. All these 11 systems will be functioning well. If all this functions well, organism, which is the basic us, we will be doing good and we will be thriving. Please let me know how you feel before and after.
I arrived in Singapore the middle of January, completely exhausted. I've had 2 weeks of treatment. And each time I've improved. Today is my last day here, as I have to go back to the UK tomorrow. I feel so much better. I feel a different person.
And your skin, biggest change.
Yes, my skin has changed, but it's my energy.
You got more energy now?
Oh yes. I mean, that was the factor. I sort of crawled out here and now I'm dancing home.
Oh, very good. From crawling to dancing is a remarkable recovery. At 83, right?
Yes.
So you got a lot more years to go.
Well, I certainly hope so. I've now got the initiative to press on with whatever treatment is prescribed to me without taking a lot of drugs.
Great. So I'll see you again soon and I'll make you a lot more younger.
Yes, please.
Thank you.